This is gonna end up being a pretty short video. The Inn at the Edge of Time is a place in DragonFable which has no impact on the canon timeline of the game. It consists of multiple challenges that cater towards the endgame side of the DF community. These fights have bosses that range from being a character straight out of the canon to bosses that are entirely new with mostly reused animations. Majority of these fights reward you with some of the best gear in the entire game. The Inn has been a really engaging place for the players who have completed the story and are looking for a new challenge. However, over the past few years, it seems like the infights are losing their charm. Infights used to have such interesting concepts along with incredible mechanics that made each fight stand out from the rest, barring the earlier boards. The past few years, however, have had such ridiculous mechanics that it honestly feels less like a fun puzzle to solve and more of an obligation and chore to get through. A simple example of such a fight is Myths of Aspen Vale. Myths of Aspen Vale has Adventure Find spamming a 600 MPM shield if you hit him more than twice in a single turn, and Mega Fluffy Dog, who is invulnerable to all direct damage, therefore we can only damage him through dots. This fight demands you to have a class with good dodge to deal with its horrendous mechanics. Heck, you still need to sit through the fight for multiple turns due to both bosses not taking a lot of direct damage each turn. Another fight that is really frustrating is Never Apart. This fight seems straightforward since both bosses have no RNG and the rotations don't look too bad, right? But when you actually fight them, you realize that their rotation lines up so badly with your rotation that it genuinely pisses you off. Not to mention the horrible debuffs Achilles does and the stupid all resistance wind shield Patroclus has. Achilles' buff mechanic is also really tough to play around as you have to time your skills properly to ensure he doesn't have a huge benefit from your hits or misses. Also, Patroclus' 10 crit is such a big lie. Seriously, why do infights have random 10 crit bosses who crit for 50% of the time? I'm telling you, they have a hidden 50 crit. You might be going, you idiot. Earlier fights were also pretty stupid, this doesn't apply to only 2020 and onward, and to that I say, yes. You're right. Who the heck wanted life and death and duty and rebellion? But the amount of stupid mechanics in Slogfest fights were incredibly low and we barely got those kind of fights frequently. Whereas 2021 and onwards, most fights we get either have absurd mechanics, super slow gameplay, high nonsense heals, or all of the above. I should also point out that we did get a few good fights here and there, like Unending Empires, Swan Song, Chaos Layers. While it does have a lot of mechanics to keep track of, it is intriguing because it makes you actually think and doesn't throw nonsense at you. Moonlit Hunt, Dance of the Stars, and more recently, the Sun-Bathed Slither. These fights don't feel like they're throwing you random mechanics every single turn and actually feel like fun challenges. While there have been a few good ones, it doesn't disregard the fact that we mainly get bad fights. Genuinely, these fights make me want to log off DragonFable. I see the boss heal up for 50% or buff itself with a high boost or bonus and I immediately shut down my computer. It is so discouraging to see these mechanics because it actually makes the fight feel like a stupid chore and you would end up only doing it for the reward instead of the actual challenge it brings to the table. I'm still hoping that we get more fun fights like Unending Empires and Moonlit Hunt, as those fights allow you to interact with the boss's mechanics and make the fight real interesting. Oh well, that's all I got for this rant. What do you all think about the infights? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to check out the Malaris video essay dropping next Friday on January 24th. Thanks for watching.